Welcome to another Hotel SA update. I'd like to talk to you about something unique that's happened the first time in the history of the association, that literally last Monday, David Bashir, our president, myself and Anna Moller, our deputy CEO, had the opportunity to present to State Cabinet. Now, for those who don't follow politics too closely, State Cabinet is the ultimate committee of management for the entire state, made up of the governments, including all ministers, the Premier, Deputy Premier, and the senior staff that support the government. It was a unique opportunity in as much that the government, of all persuasions, has never invited any industry associations to make representation. So we were one of a very small selection of organisations invited to present. Our message was very simple. We gave an overview of the size and value of hotels and hospitality. Some of the positive things that you rarely hear, that in terms of live music, hotels and pubs still make up 80% of all live music gigs come in pubs. We're still post-COVID, we're recovering in terms of our business and our employment, but at our peak we employ in excess of 26,000 South Australians, and we are a fantastic model for decentralisation of jobs and investment, with over half of the state's hotels in regional areas. We talked about some concerns about liquor licensing with the new Act still being tested, worries of proliferation and things like that. We talked about the accommodation and tourism side of it. Accommodation's been going very strongly, considering particularly that so many of our Medi hotels have returned to the marketplace. And that really has been one of the few benefits of COVID, that South Australians and Australians have continued to visit within the state and within the country. We also talked about gambling and gaming, and there was no necessity to ignore the reality that gaming is going very strongly, but we were able to put it in perspective that in fact we've just gone through 2.5 years of pretty woeful outcomes. There's been pent-up demand, we do have new technology, and the sort of gains that have happened in gaming simply take us back to the level of revenue that we saw in 2007, 15 years ago. It's always a sensitive issue, but we had the opportunity to talk to the ministers and the Premier. We also had our wish list. Now, our wish list wasn't, we want subsidies for this, we want subsidies for that. We explained we have a chronic shortage of staff, and we want to sit down with the appropriate minister, Blair Boyer, and talk through that, which we have the process in place for that. But we also said to the government, we want to be part of the solution. We want to be inside the tent. We want to be consulted, so that in fact there's not this battlefield in the front page of newspapers or over the airways. We want to be included, we want to have a contribution, and the government felt very comfortable with that. Time will tell, but it's been a great first step. For the first time in the history of Parliament, for the first time in the history of the RHA, that we've had the opportunity to make a presentation to State Cabinet. Enjoy the rest of the magazine, and talk to you next time.